And in this video, we'll be doing outlook for the week. Although we've done most of the pairs, but just to please type where you're joining us from, your name and where you're joining us from. Active. I can see you guys. Waiting patiently, John Joshua. Thank you. Can see Mr. Beatrice. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining. I think someone was saying that he did not understand the concepts which I explained lately in the last video I did. It says simply, I look for simply validation to the upside. This is it, validation, invalidation on the daily time frame, and on the 1 hour time frame, I look for another area of liquidity that kind of happened. So if I see something like this now becomes my new area of liquidity. And in this place, I'll look for my liquidity engineering and I will buy. This makes sense. But I will show you chart examples and stuff like that. Please, your name and where you're joining us from. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Fab 2000, I can see you. Thank you. So yeah, this V25 Deriv MT5. Last week we analyzed the price is coming here and is going to drop all the way down there, which price have already started dropping. And why did we take that level? Maybe you are new here, so I'll just remove all this. So for the rest of the year, just sell V25 the rest of the year. Okay, so we have this, and we've seen clearly price have been breaking structures to the down. Price have been breaking structures to the down previously. Breaking structure to the down. So this was a major break of structure to the downside. And now this becomes my validation, invalidation. I don't know if that makes sense. Validation, invalidation. So that being said, what I need to now do is to look for my first area of liquidity on that level, right? Which is simply the new area of liquidity becomes simply look for. Now, if you look at this was a major break of structure that happened here. So it's a major break of structure. So now this becomes my new area from this up to this place. And now I look for my new validation, invalidation, which I can see clearly from here, which is this other block clearly. So that's why I said and if you look, it reacted from the resistance zone, clearly from this resistance zone, the resistance zone. So yeah, that's it. That's why we're looking to sell all the way This is why I don't like derive MT5. So we're looking to sell from here all the way down here. So following that outlook on the weekly time frame, we go back to our derive MT5. So we already know that price is coming from somewhere here on the weekly. This are you guys following? Or somewhere from South Africa? Wow, great! Thank you for joining. So price came into that level. You already know where that level is from our from our weekly time frame that we analyzed just now. So now we have to look at this level to see what price have been doing lately. So we saw the clean break of structure to the downside. So the clean break of structure to the downside nicely, and price have been giving us series of breaks to the downside. So you see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Price hasn't broken structure here because there's no candle close below this body. So until we see a candle close below that body, before we say there's a break of structure, and this now becomes our validation, our invalidation. But previously we could clearly see previous validation. So your validation just come to the week the because it's your line chart that you use for your validation and validation. So this becomes your area. This is just your break of structure to the downside. So now this is what I was explaining. Then you go to your corresponding time frame, which is a 1 hour time frame. Since you are using 24 hours time frame for this, derive go one you, derive trading view go one you. Sorry guys, the network is quite it's something else. Please tell us where you're joining us from, your name and where you're joining us from. Ah, network is all right. Abdul SM, yeah. This is basically an improvement of what I do previously. So it's not like it's a new strategy. It's like an improvement of what I do previously. This just in this thing, like I used to tell my students, in these things you see O1C clearly on it, but this helps you to refine your zone. It helps you to refine your zone. That's one of the things I like about this. So, for example, if you're to trading O1C strategy, so now this let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Let me use the let me look for the new areas of liquidity that I was talking about. So we're looking at this sell that happened, right? So if you look at this now becomes your new area of liquidity because this is where the break of structure first occurred. So this now becomes your new area of liquidity from here to the upside. And now we now have if you're using 1C strategy, you see that there's a sweep of this eye, right? There's a break of structure to the down. Come, let me just use this sweep of this eye, break of structure to the down. Second break of structure that gave you this structural liquidity that was taken out. So you see that it gives you a more, and there's a structural liquidity here, and that was the trade. Although I was quite waiting for it to come into this liquidity engineering, to give me a better, entry, or this Cosmodo or that block or something to give me a better entry. But then again, it just, like I said, a POI is everything above your structural liquidity. So price just came into the structural liquidity and just dropped all the way down to the TP. So this is what we talk about when we talk about that, and if you look, the momentum of the market was quite slow. So you see that zone was really a good zone. When price kind of takes time to come into that zone, it moves very fast. If you have been in markets, you understand what I'm saying. So that's that. So that being said, that was what happened in the last move. So if you could even see from here clearly, sweep of this high, break of structure to the downside, and this was now your structural liquidity for the move. So let's look at what is going to happen next. So like I said, until there's a break of the candle, until there's a break of this week with a candle body, it is not yet a break of structure, so we wait. So we wait. So we wait. So let's wait until you see clear break of structure. When you see clear break of structure to the downside, you wait again for your pattern to retrace into the zone and you sell. And clearly, I can see that this is a clear liquidity engineering. That's a clear liquidity engineering level that I would love to use for the move, right? So that being said, that is what we're expecting. We'll wait for the break first before the push. So let's go to the next pair. I'll be doing V10 1X. This has already really printed very nicely. I think I was talking about this with my student, and this has already given us a sharp sell already. But then again, I'll just clear all this. So let me do the breakdown again. Please, are you guys following? I want to be sure that you guys are following. Please, if you are following, please, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe. And, let's hit 1K, like I said, 1K before July ends. So, yeah, this is it clearly. I don't need to go to my weekly time frame, although I will still go there to check for maybe anything that's contrary to this. But saw a clear break of structure to the down. This was a clear structural liquidity. And this is a protected eye. And this, if you have been following this channel, you see that we actually showed you this, and price has been really printing nicely since then. And where's our target? We're coming down here. So you understand, we showed you this some weeks ago. If you have been following us closely, and price has really printed nicely. So this is it. This is structural liquidity. That's your structural liquidity SLQ. So please, if you want to learn how to do this, you can DM me to join my mentorship. We'll teach you, we'll guide you through these things. So yeah, that's that. Now, what happened here was basically there was a break of structure simply, and there was a return into this premium zone, went to this liquidity engineering clearly, and price dropped. So that was the liquidity engineering that price used. This is what liquidity engineering basically is, and that's where price started dropping from massively. So let me show you what happened previously. I think showing you what happened previously will help you to understand. So this is your validation, and this is your invalidation at the upside. So now I'll go to my corresponding time frame, 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, clearly what are we looking for? New areas of liquidity. And where did the break of structure occur? Here, it occurred here. And why did this react? Because there was a liquidity flip that was around this level that priced you. So I told my people that this is what we're going to be using for this trade, stop loss just above this high, and drop in. I think I don't know. If you want to learn this concept, you can DM me, because this a liquidity engineering flip, I've back tested this and I've seen this work most of the time. So that being said, let me look for where price is going to come to next. Where price is going to come to next. I think I'm already seeing it on the 1 hour time frame. I think something like around somewhere here. So that level might be the next level for the sell. Stop loss will just be above here or above here. So take note of that zone. Let me go to the 24-hour time frame to just show you how that came about. So clearly, this is our validation. Although this is reacting from this because there's a liquidity flip here. So this is your structural your invalidation. So that's on the 1 hour time frame. That's on the 1 hour time frame. On the 24-hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, clearly we're waiting for price to come into an area of liquidity. So this is clearly the area of liquidity. And you wonder why I'm taking this leg, as this was a clear previous liquidity engineering that failed. Kind of wanted to hold price but failed. So price will come back and use it and drop. So, and also this is inside an area of liquidity, another minor area of liquidity, right? Another minor area of liquidity combined with a liquidity flip. So this is my liquidity flip. Let me change it to red. Please, if you don't understand this concept, I know that lost your time to be explaining a lot of many things right here. So, but let me look at this level. Let me look at this level to see on the 15 minutes time frame if there's a liquidity engineer. I think there's a liquidity engineering clear. I can see it already clearly. So I can maybe adjust this to this level. So that level becomes where we would want to sell from. So that has reduced our stop loss, our risk, and also basically this is your break of structure, and we have this break to the downside, and we're expecting a push all the way up to come and sell from here down. So this is V101S. So please save your charts, save this when price gets there. If you're on the group, most of the time I might not be on my chart, but my limit might be set. So just call us to this trade that okay, price is coming to our entry or something, so we can all make the market together. So please, what pair do you want us to do? What pair do you want me to do? V10 similar with V101S, similar with V101S. Can you tell me why I placed my stop loss here? Do you understand why I placed stop loss here? So what's that being? Don't worry. As well. Yeah, we are together. We're together. So this is the 24-hour time frame, and this is similar to what we have all, like we share this as a community to the YouTube channel. We shared this live, and we saw that structural liquidity protected because there was a sweep right before a clear break of structure to the downside, and we are coming here. So this has been our look. This has been what we have been looking out for. I don't know if you have been here, you see that clearly this is what we have been looking at for, and we still have a lot of space to drop. Still have a lot of space to drop. So clearly price gave us a validation as at this level, because there was a sweep at this level with a candle close just before price reacted back to this level. So let's see where price reacted from. Let me show you. So this is on the let me go back to this so that I will not miss some things. It's supposed to be from this body as a invalidation. So the 1 hour time frame, because that is where the cocoa is. So the first break of structure we had here clearly was this level. So that was the break of structure. All these are internal liquidities, internal areas of liquidity that look like they were consumed, kind of. I think this one was not really consumed. This one here was not really consumed. And why I entered the trade there was because there was a liquidity flip just resting below here. If you go to your 30-minute time frame, or clearly on the 1 hour time frame, we could see the liquidity flip, a liquidity engineering that failed previously, and price used it to push to the downside. So yeah, these are some concepts that you get to learn from us. So that's the stop loss. But now, where are you waiting for price to come into? That's what is important now, so that you can also maximize. So this is your validation, and this is your invalidation. So simply, I'm waiting for price to come all the way into this level and want to sell. Continue the trade until it gets to this our TP level. I hope that makes sense. So now we go to the 1 hour time frame. Let's see if there's a liquidity engineering flip that's in that level. Okay, there's no really clear one. So clearly I could see that this is our validation, and our invalidation point still remains the same. And now clearly we could see our liquidity engineering resting just in that level. There's another internal area of liquidity. So price would as well just come into this level. It's kind of your order block or something. And either there, that price uses there, or price uses your liquidity engineering. But now, if you're using liquidity engineering, stop loss will be quite big. But then again, this is what we'll be having for V10. You have it through TDN. Please, what pair do you want me to do? Are you guys here? I'm Achiever from Akwa Ibom. Wow, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Also, if you want to join the mentorship, it's $100 to join the mentorship. You can DM me to join, right? So that's that for V10. What pair do you want me to do? I think I should just wait for your response before I go into the next one. Which this trade, I sent it as a yesterday to the community, and we are still in profit. Enter the trade from this level. Why did I enter the trade? It was simply because of one secret I know, which simply because there was a clear indecision candle that was another block, right? And opening price of the candle was where we entered from, and we are dropping until it gets here. So that's it, like a continuation. You can as well look for sales. If you see sales, you can take your sales, but we have already moved from this trade. We have moved, and we are still moving. So I opened about 40 positions or thereabouts using smallest lot size from this level, and currently moving. Target about $100 or so, or $200 times two, yeah. So yeah, that's that. So please analyze V100, okay. V100 and V50. V50, we did that. V50 we did that as a last week or so. Can't really remember, but I knew we sure did that V50, and where we analyzed that price will be coming from. Price withdrawal from price has really dropped off that level. If you are in the group and this is the daily time frame, shared it that when price coming to this level, price will drop. And although there's no validation or invalidation point yet, but let's see on the 4 hour time frame to see something if maybe there's anything we could do currently. But the sell is still valid, still clearly valid, clearly valid. I'm not even joking. Still going to tank to that down level. So, but now what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? If this load was taken out, I would have said, okay, it's a clear validation, but you could as well use that level and that level as a validation. And clearly there was this level here. So that level for me around could as well sell from that level around this target here. So you sell around 140.102 to stop loss just above this high, and you're targeting this level. So just like a continuation trade, this was the other continuation trade to the downside. This should complete the move. So yeah, that's V50. Let me save this. I'll send it to the group later. V100. V100 is quite somehow, to be very honest, because from this level that was our liquidity, areas of liquidity. Like I said, the last life, price was supposed to target this level, and now price has not yet taken this out. So we're still bearish, but I really can't tell you if this sell is a strong sell yet. Can't really tell you the sell will push the price to where we're looking at. Price selling. We shall look for sales. Shall look for sales. Shall look for sales. So I felt this was the break of structure that we would have had. But using this as structural liquidity, second break of structure, rotated high, sweep of this, so this could work. This could work, but price kind of weaked it out a little bit, but it could still work. So look for sales from that level. I hope this chart helps you, sir. I don't know. Yeah, you should be, sir. You should be. Yeah, female traders too. So I don't know if you're a sir or a man. But then again, yeah, this could work. This could work. But then again, it's a very risky one. It's a very risky one. It's a very risky one. So this could work. I think I've done the ones that you said I should do, V100 and V50. All right, let me open now for questions. What are your questions? If you have any question to ask, I'm here to answer now. What are your questions? Say, please, I don't understand the strategy. Please do it again and again. Please, I don't understand. Maybe as well, maybe you could maybe message me privately, and maybe I will take you through the class and all. But then again, I'll try my best to explain what I can explain here. Or if it does not satisfy you, you can as well maybe just take the mentorship, so that in the mentorship you get a clearer view of something. But then again, this is what I have been explaining. Simply, if a market is on an uptrend and market gives a stuff like this on the daily time frame, what I do is I mark my validation, I mark my invalidation. For my invalidation, I will adjust it to the week. So this week, the week of that candle will be my invalidation. And what do? I wait, I go to the 1 hour time frame, this same area. In this area, I might be seeing something like this. Maybe I will change it to red or something. Maybe that's one of the things that is confusing. Or maybe black or something. Okay. So that's 1 hour time frame. Now, what is the new area of liquidity? You can use maybe the first break of structure. So from that break shift of the market to the low now is now your new area of liquidity. I don't know if it makes sense. Then now on this 1 hour, I can clearly see a liquidity engineering. So I can as well just enter from that level. Or I go into the lower time frame again to enter from a 15 minutes. 15 minutes now might even drop it lower because 1 hour week will be bigger and all. So this something like this. This is basically what I've been explaining or what I'm saying. It's not hard, it's quite simple. Just few steps, validation, new area of liquidity. Then from there you basically if you look at this trade, I think V100 one is I was talking about, I think when was this? Okay, I think it was on the video I was explaining. So there's a trade on V. Okay, this has moved. This has moved already. This has moved. It has hit the TP already. So let me check what that pays. But I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you basically. Sorry. So let me go back to what I was explaining. I think it was V100 I was in. Okay, so I said this is basically what we look out for. So let's say you are seeing your invalidation. Let me remove this. You're seeing your invalidation on the daily time frame like this. You go to your 1 hour time frame. So your 1 hour time frame now is this on this leg. So on this leg, let me remove it now. Yeah, this now becomes your new area of liquidity from the high to your previous, from this first shift to your to this place, and that is in this level. Now your liquidity engineering is this leg, this place. So you could as well just use this level as your entry when you see your clear liquidity engineering on the 1 hour time frame. I don't know if that makes sense. And you buy. But this now becomes your new area, even though you add this area, but because there's a liquidity engineering, there's a liquidity area in below this area, this one will be used as liquidity to grab this one below and push. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if you understand. I don't know if you understand, but you can see it now. You can see it now. So, Mr. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but then again, you asked the question. So I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you. So now let me share V51S, what I'm looking at. The V51S have really been crazy. We are looking at this level of structural liquidity, protected high, kind of wicked it a little bit before dropping. So it might still be valid though. Not even it might still be valid, it's still valid. We did a little bit, but we're quite dropping here. So on the downtrend, sweep of this high, then we add a break of structural liquidity, then return into POI drop. So now let's see. Using this, you see that first area of liquidity. Let's use the line chart now. So you see the line chart. On the line chart, you see that the first area of liquidity we have here is this level all the way to this up. So don't mind the other rest small ones. So that was where price came into. And now I think I can see what happened here. See the 1 hour. See the line chart. So this is another area of liquidity inside this area. So what happened is that you adjust this to the high of the week, And now if you go to this was not now like a structural liquidity that was grabbed. So if you go to your 4 hour something, you see the whole sweep where clearly and all that. So this basically is not quite too messy or something. So this is basically a sweep, a break of structure to the downside, a sweep of this eye. This becomes your POI above here, becomes your POI. And second break of structure that gave us structural liquidity. And we are dropping. I think is that it has even taken out counter trend line. So we are dropping to this level. This is a very nice trade idea. So we're dropping to that level. If you wanted to use liquidity engineering to enter from this validation, invalidation, you clearly have used this level to enter. Can you see it's strong sniper entry from that level, and it's going to drop until we are. So it's going to drop until we get here. So this is my view on what V51SO is going to drop. In fact, it has taken out counter trend line clearly. We tested it and it's going to drop. Okay, how can I send you a DM? Say, but please do another video on this strategy and post. Thank you very much. All right, no problem. I think I'll do it. I just really have a lot of time this week. Something I'll try my best to do it. You can DM me. You can DM me using this contact. Let me share 2349153594623. Yeah, you can DM me using the contact. So what other pair do you want us to do? What other pair do you want us to do? So this is going to drop very massively. It's going to drop. And one thing I want to be doing now is to, when I come back to my live chat or live any live I do, we'll go back to previous pairs that we've done and we'll look at them and see how they went. V50 went well. V50 went well, as I think someone was calling my attention to this last week and they said this is really messy. And you see what happened. Said I was not even looking at it. It was not part of what I was looking at. So that's that. And also I spoke about step 500. Step 500 gave us profit for some days and for about bought for like 1, 2, 3, 4 days and dropped to the downside. So though I still see that it's quite valid, might still be valid, although it has swept this low a little bit. So I'll just leave it. I'll just leave this. I'll just leave that. V75 dropping. Yeah, dropping. Yeah, TP almost at TP, and V10 we just did V10 again, and V25 we done V25. Waiting for this entry. No, so I'm not going to 1 hour time frame. Okay, we're waiting for a break of structure. That's why you must check a break of structure. So yeah. So yeah, basically step in this. This one I shared it to the community. Shared it to the community since. Shared it to the community and shared to the community. So in step 300. Not giving us what we want yet. So yeah. Please can I start to analyze from 1 hour time frame as my higher time frame? then my entry for 5 minutes. You can do that very well. But our advice, if you have already done your top-down analysis, knowing the direction of the market before you can do that, I always advise that you start from the daily time frame down. But then again, you can do that if you have defined your direction already. If you have defined your direction, you can go ahead with that. If you have not defined your direction, don't go ahead. Do it first. Know your direction, and you can now um, so let's see gold and see what idea with us. Shared it by you see the price came all the way to this other liquidity area and pushed after buying for some time. So I shared this and it bought for some time and now came back all the way to this level. So if you see this level, see that it's like there's a clean sweep here. And so this good is going to that up, definitely. Second break of structure that gave us the structural liquidity and what is going to happen. Price is going to push all the way here. So still look for buys for gold, still look for buys. I think there's a massive setup. So on UJ from I think was it weekly time frame or thereabouts? Can't really. Okay, I think it was a weekly time frame, but then again, I haven't really seen anything massive, but I'm expecting price to push. You card. Here's the card. Here's the card. Yeah. I don't trade all this. I don't trade all this. I don't trade all this. But then again, let me go back to my derivative. So yeah, basically, you can ask your question before. Call it a day. Quite tired. Just have to just show up this night for the session. So I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. God bless you. But please do another video on this strategy. But you will explain. It's very slow. Your videos, you are so always rushing. There's it's not easy now. There's no time. You know, I uh, I only have much time for my students majorly because it's a paid class and I have to give them more attention. But then again, I'll try my best to do a breakdown, maybe like a 20 minutes video or maybe a 30 minutes video explaining this whole concept simply, right? And also you can check my brother too. My brother trades this concept. He also has a YouTube channel, MFX Journal. So you can check him and there are a lot of educative content there that you can use. And I assure you, you won't regret watching those videos. So you can also use this channel, MFX, but also I'll do a video explaining this concept. And yeah, so that will be all for today. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate everyone. Please, I will take one or two questions again before I call it a day. We've done majorly the pairs that are really looking juicy. So you can go back to your chart and do the markups. Go over the videos again, watch the videos and do the markups. So yeah, let's go. Any question? Maybe any question on our mentorship system or something? Any question on what our mentorship entails? Our mentorship entails flipping of account to teach you how to flip accounts. With that trade, currently flipping an account of, flipped an account of about $6, and it was currently that trade targeting $200. So this kind of flips, you can do this kind of flips through the help of mentorship, can guide you to do these things. Some of you have seen my flip. It's just that most of the time I don't post it. Don't like 10 to 200, 10 to 200, 6 to 500, just like that. 6 to 60 that you have seen, 6 to 60 you have seen, I think 5 to 60 or thereabout I shared. Yeah. So I'm waiting for question. If no question, I will be, I'll call it a day. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shall see you on the next. Okay, I think there's a new comment. Say, please, where can I place myself on this strategy to be a safer place? All right. Okay. So, a good question for your liquidity engineering entry. This is your liquidity engineering, right? So basically, you're placing your stop loss above this eye, this protected eye, simply above the protected eye drop to be safe. If you are trading flip, if you are trading flip, coming. So if you are trading flip, that means this is your flip level. Your stop loss should just be above this eye. So this is it. From here, your stop loss should be above here, and you should sell. So I hope I answer your question. So you can practice these things, so don't just go and practice it. You see it. It works. If it's not working, I will not show you this. Practice it, I've tested it, and it's working. So yeah, those are the levels you put your stop losses. I'm even giving you guys premium content. So if you want to join my mentorship DM, please subscribe, like, share. Let's get to 1K before the end of July. I think we can do that. We can do that. Thank you so much for joining. Any other question before I go? Any other question before I call it a day? I'm waiting. Once it's 50, please subscribe and also comment. Let me be seeing your comment section on those videos I'm dropping. If you understand, if you want me to do any video on any concept, also that I don't understand, you are confusing me. Is it two strategy? Which one is flip? I don't understand. It's basically the same strategy, but sometimes you waiting for your liquidity engineering will not work because there's a flip on the other end. So after you have seen your sometimes after you have seen your validation and invalidation, something like this, you will see price just coming into this level sometimes and just sell. Meanwhile, you are waiting for a liquidity engineering level here to come and sell, but price will just sell from here and drop. So you'll be waiting in vain in the sense that to first check that there's a liquidity engineering level flip here that was failed, that price came to use. I really don't know how to really, but go over the videos again. I hope maybe you get it. All right. Since no other question, once it's 50, thank you so much. You can see 6 persons on the live now. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all very well. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Please like, share. Please like, share. Subscribe. God bless you. Please turn on your notification bell as we go live. Make you the active. May you know go. It's very important for us to, you know. So please, if you're new here, please like, share, subscribe. And if you're joining for the first time, subscribe. Okay. And also, if you want to join my mentorship, DM me active. Please do a video on these two strategies again. I really appreciate you. God bless you. The truth is, it's the same strategy, it's just different approach. All right, I've heard you. Thank you. God bless you. See you on the next one.